Howdy, 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 and more howdy to you. Welcome to the Lady Walker Show. I am Lady Walker, and beloved, once again, we have a Jim Dandy of a show in store for you. My guest is back for the second time. Yes, she is an author, a speaker. She is the creator of Pretty Personality, and she is here to update us on what has been going on in her neck of the woods. So, beloved, welcome back to the Lady Walker Show, author Ty A. Patterson.
Hello.
Greetings.
Hello again.
Hello, greetings to you. It's a pleasure to see you again.
It's a pleasure to be here.
And you are looking gorgeous.
Thank you.
Remember the saying, Gaga gorgeous? You are looking gaga gorgeous.
Thank you so much.
So you have a lot that has been going on since the last time. I guess it's been like a year or so.
It has.
Since you've been here.
It's been a little bit over a year. I just celebrated the 1-year anniversary of Southern Jewel, The Elements Within, around August. So it's been about a year.
Oh, okay. Well, it's good to see you, and you are going to talk about some of the things that you are doing, because when you came the last time, we talked about Southern Jewel.
Yes.
The Elements Within.
Mm-hmm.
And before you get into a little bit about what it is, just tell us what's been going on with you. And we're going to talk about each one of those things that you have been doing. You have been really upgrading yourself.
It has been a journey in a short period of time, and that was my prayer. You know, I said, Lord, just give me opportunities so I can go and so I can talk to people and not just have everything in a book. So I've had opportunities to appear, on some more radio shows and go and speak. So public speaking has been the biggest thing that has changed or opened up since the book. And
before public speaking came about, was that something that you aspired to do before you wrote your book, your first book?
It was not. I've been a background person, just let me do the stuff in the background and let me do this, and I don't have to be seen. But
really,
that's me. Well, that was me. But a lot of people have told me, we want to hear more of what you have to say. And the journey that everybody has is so unique. You never know who's going to pull from what you tell them or gather something. And my audience has gotten bigger and bigger and bigger. And it's almost kind of unreal because it's only been 1 year.
1 year. Now tell us about Southern Jewel, The Elements Within.
Okay, this was my first book that was published, and it was released August of last year, and it was a poetry / motivational, inspirational, all of that wrapped into one, and it was talking about some different things of a young person, which that would have been me at the time, going through different situations, whether it be with relationships, friends, finances, jobs,
real life stuff, huh?
Real life, anything that you can think of. I wanted to make sure that I touched on it so that it could be relatable to not just one age group, not just one ethnicity. And even men have read this book and they screenshot to me different passages that really stuck out to them. So I love it.
You know what? That is so great, knowing that your words in the format of poetry can really touch someone's life.
Yes. But the key thing is just not being afraid to put it out there. And a lot of us, we talked about this last time, how we hold things in. But the more you let go of, you might be healing someone else or yourself. That is definitely what's been going on.
Yeah.
So many positive things have been coming my way, and I've been open to doing that and not being afraid and saying I'm going to just stick to writing. That's what I'm going to do. That's my lane. We tell people, stay in your lane.
I know. I don't too much like that. I hate this. That you may believe in that, but sometimes you have to find out which lane is for you if that be the case.
That's right.
But sometimes you may have to try a few lanes to know where this is the lane I'm supposed to stay in. But
That's
you don't
right.
want someone telling you to stay in your lane, because they may not know what your lane really is. They may think you should be in this lane.
That's
so you're
right.
telling me to stay in my lane. What's my lane? No one knows better than what the lane you're supposed to be in than you.
That's right. And I say all of them can be your lanes. Even the curb, everything can be yours.
What'd you say, even the curb?
Even the curb. And I've gotten to the point where now I want everything. I want all the lanes. I want the curb. I want everything, because you can't stop learning. You're never supposed to stop learning. And the more you put yourself out there, the opportunities, you're giving yourself a chance to learn. So I'm telling you, everything is just being really eye-opening. Young girls coming up to me saying that I helped them in some way. Just being able to be creative in the exercises. I like to do exercises when I speak. I don't just get up there and just talk, because we were young once and we know how it is to get bored. So a lot of times people don't keep that in mind. They get up there and they're talking, and even the adults are looking at the watch and yawning. I do not want to be that person.
I know, for real.
Keep people's attention. And as a writer, you've got to keep people's attention too.
So
I carry that over into the speaking, and it is really, really making a difference.
Oh my goodness, but that is good. Now, like what you said before, you try to stay open, and you have to, because if you keep yourself closed to just one way of doing things, you really won't utilize the potential that is within you.
That's right.
So the thing is to be open-minded to, yes, I can do this, yes, I can do that.
That's right, because you know what? The destiny that we might think is ours might not be behind door number 1, but door number 3.
Wow.
And sometimes people in our lives would tell us, you're really good at this. You should stick to that. You don't know. That's where you have to keep your
So true. And I know this, I don't want to use this as an analogy, but I'm going to.
Yes.
You stick with this. People may tell me that about my hairdo. Because I have many different hairdos, hairstyles or whatever. Short, long, different colors and everything. And someone would tell me, oh, I like that. Oh, that's you. And I'm like, please don't tell me that, because I'm not sticking with that one style.
That's right. That's
so
right.
No, I'm going to branch out and try something different.
That's right. And you know what? It's based on how you feel.
Right.
We wear our personality sometimes on our faces and how we dress, and we may not even know it yet.
Exactly. Good you said that personality. We're going to take a break and come back and let you tell us about this pretty personality Facebook page that you have.
All right.
All right, beloved. We will be right back. Welcome back, beloved. My guest is Ty A. Patterson. Ty is a very interesting person. She has achieved so many things, and she just updating us about what's been going on in her neck of the woods. Okay, tell us about Pretty Personality. You have it on your shirt,
yes.
T-shirt.
Pretty Personality. When I was writing, so many things were coming to me, and I couldn't really just keep up with everything that I was thinking. So I started Pretty Personality on Facebook, because there are so many negative things on social media. And I said, well, every time I turn around, there's something negative. But if you're going to complain, then either you're going to do something about it or stop complaining.
Right.
So I decided to do something about it in my own way. So Pretty Personality is where every couple of days I'm able to get on there and write something positive. It'll never be about the same thing. It'll never be the same length. It may be 2 or 3 sentences that are eye openers. And I have one that says, you know how people say, well, if you get some lemons, just make lemonade. Sometimes if you make lemons, you take the seeds out and plant them and make a business.
All right. All right. I know.
You can do more than just take somebody's lemonade, or you can just say, no, thank you.
Wow.
Because a lot of times we take things that we don't even want. And we make something out of it, and we weren't even supposed to. So there's nothing wrong with saying no thank you and trying something else, or getting what you need to make something else happen for you.
All right.
So with just that one sentence, or I may get on there and talk about relationships, because men and women can relate. There's one particular post that got a lot of reviews. I was talking about how when someone moves on from us after we've given them everything and it didn't work, they move on, and it seems like in 2 months they're married.
I know, for real.
Or they're just blissfully happy. And the first thing we do, or our friends, we get to comparing ourselves to whoever they've moved on to. And we can't do that, because we don't know if we were dodging a bullet or not.
Right.
We don't know if that person was wonderful for them, or if it's just a show, because social media, the pictures will make people think that everything is wonderful.
I know, everything is Jim Dandy, okay?
Right, and then when you get off social media, you're about to pull your hair out, and you really didn't put the person out, and they don't know it. You just never know. So I tell people to, whatever the situation is, don't look at it in a bad way. And some people, they'll say, well, this person left me because I gave them everything. And I'll say, well, first of all, stop giving people your everything. If you have given them everything, what do you have for you?
Exactly. Wow, I like that. Stop giving them everything.
That's right.
That is really good. I like the way you put that.
And some people will argue and say, well, you're supposed to do 50-50. When you are with who you're supposed to be with, it will be 100-100.
Exactly.
It won't be 50-50.
Right.
And you won't have to question it. You won't have to worry about who the next person is, or if you're having problems with your friends. Now, another issue that I talk about a lot is when you are on the road to success, or journey, or whatever it is to find your purpose, your atmosphere will change, your friends will change, and that is not a bad thing. And you'll be wondering why you can't get along with certain people like you used to. And it's because you're not supposed to. You're growing.
I like that. And some people are only in your life for a certain season.
That's right. And we have a hard time cutting people loose. And it's not that we're saying I'm better than you or anything like that. It's saying I've got somewhere to go. And if you want to go with me, this is how this path is going to be.
Exactly.
Just like you say, no smoking in my car.
Oh, I
or
know.
take your shoes off before you step in the car. If you want your life to be clean, you have to give people the house rules. And we give people, we say, well, it's my friend, we try to give people passes. Mm-hmm. But then when it turns around and we need something from them and we don't get it, then we're feeling empty. We're feeling like, and that's the same thing. Be given again. So I really talk to people about how much worth do you place in yourself before you start worrying about other people. You have to do that, because then you eliminate that getting disappointed, and you can function, and the things that you were supposed to produce will come out. You have to have what you need first. You water yourself, feed yourself, sunbathe yourself in your happiness, whatever it takes for you to do, so that you can produce. Because if you're not happy, you really can't make anybody around you happy anyway. So I wanted to evaluate what was going on, because it happened to me where I just did not have the same connections, and I went through this funk. I was like, I want to take everybody with me. I want people to be happy for me. You can want people to be happy for you all you want to. It may not happen.
Exactly.
And it could be the ones that are closest to you, because they don't understand why they can't really relate. They don't understand why you all of a sudden want to be better, why you don't want to be the same, why you don't want to be like them.
But again, it's about growing and developing as an individual.
That's right.
Like you said, finding your purpose.
That's
in
right.
life.
It's very important. It's not even about money. It's not about fame. If you do what you want to do, I say this, if you do what God wants you to do, and you really connect and you go to Him instead of people, that is wealth.
Wow, that is so
That's
well
wealth
put.
to me.
Go to Him instead of people.
That's right.
And let Him guide and tell you what to do.
That's right. And a lot of times during that guidance, He'll guide you away from people and certain things. And it'll free you up for more opportunities. For instance, if you're hanging out, then you can't get the call that you're supposed to get because you're out. Or you can't write because you're hanging out and you spending money that you probably really don't have.
Right.
To hang and be around people when what you're supposed to be doing is just dehydrated. It's suffering.
I like that. And you know what? And a lot of people are not just comfortable with being by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They're not comfortable. They always have to be with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Always have to be on the go. But it's okay to take a little time just for you and just relax and know what God, is saying to you.
It's very important, and I had to do it. And sometimes when you're young, you feel like I have time for that. I want to have fun. Today and tomorrow and the next day, those days are not promised. As scary as they may sound, it is the truth. So you can live in happiness right now if you follow your dreams and don't belittle whatever you think it is that you can do. And I
Okay.
told someone the other
Well,
day.
hold on for a moment.
Sure.
We're going to take a break because, girl, you are really putting forth some great info. But again, some of this is on your Facebook page,
It
Pretty
is,
Personality.
it is.
And we're going to come back and let you continue along that line, and you're going to talk about the T-shirts that you have
Yes.
as well.
Sure will.
All righty, beloved, we will be right back. Speaker, author, and creator of Pretty Personality, Ty A. Patterson. To acquire your own personal copy of Southern Jewel, The Elements Within, a Pretty Personality t-shirt, or have Ty come to speak at your event, call 601-720-4420. Welcome back, beloved. My guest is Ty A. Patterson. All righty, Ty, we have been talking about quite a few things, but you have been saying some wisdom. You have been speaking wisdom.
Thank you.
Okay? So this is something that we all, I don't care who you are, we all can benefit from what you're saying.
Good.
Okay, now if you can recall where you stopped off before break.
Well, we were just talking about pretty much freeing yourself up so you can go where you need to go. And we were talking about just some of the topics, as far as like pretty personality.
Yes, pretty personality.
Yeah, so the topics range from relationships to generosity. Sometimes we really don't want to give, but we want to receive.
I know.
So I talk about that because that was another lesson for me. Not necessarily money, but giving your time, giving your patience, giving good, out of yourself so that you can get that good back in return, and it comes back 100-fold.
Now you do go out and speak.
Yes.
To different places, churches, events, or wherever. You do go out and speak.
I do. I have gone to youth conferences with the young ladies from 7 on up to adults. I've gone to churches, and I am very, very honored to say that in Kosciuszko, Mississippi, which is my hometown, I was the keynote speaker for the National Council of Negro Women, their luncheon.
Really?
That was amazing. I had actually had a broken toe, and I thought I wasn't going to be able to show up. But I put the flashiest shoe I had on the good foot and went right on in there. And it was amazing. That's one of the things that you also will come against. The enemy, your health.
Yes.
Your ability to travel, your ability to do the things that you need to do. I talk about keeping yourself healthy so that you can function. But that was a very memorable moment. And then recently, I did a stage play.
Okay, I didn't make mention of that. You do stage play. Okay.
Well, I was in one.
Okay.
A lady, Miss Diane Day. She is a writer and director for On Stage 2 Productions. And we were co-workers. And when we became co-workers, I talked so much about following your dreams, and I do that everywhere I go. Come to find out, she had written a play long time ago. And she said, if I bring this back to life, will you be in? I said, sure. And she did it. And we did this gospel comedy play. It's called Family and Friends Day. And it actually showed at St. Paul. And this is AME Church in Madison. It was so good. It was really, really good. It had the preaching scenes. It had family. It was talking about how church can be just as messy as what's in the house.
I know.
Mm-hmm. So it brought all those things to life. And that was a good experience. And since then, doors have opened up. And just going to anywhere someone invites me, I try my best to go, because you never know what can happen, who needs what from you, and it has been magnificent.
And it's so interesting because you are the mother of 2.
Yes.
And so that's a lot when you're dealing with raising, is it 2 girls?
2 girls.
2 girls.
2 girls, ages 4 and 12.
4 and 12.
And they're like night and day. The 12-year-old, the oldest one, she's been with me the longest, so she is the calm one. The little one is the firecracker.
Oh, really?
She is really not a follower at all, and they both have their own personalities, and I appreciate that. So that was another reason to make me follow my dreams, because I want them to see what it takes, not to just be a woman, but to be an important person and just thrive and just make it. And there have been times, just like anybody else, where I've had layoffs, or gotten sick. They've never seen me not work. Anytime I was unemployed, I started making gift baskets. I started baking cakes and just doing whatever it is, because God gave me hands. When I would get in despair and say, I don't have this job, this didn't work out, what do I need to do? He said, look at your hands. What do you mean, what can you do? I've given you the gifts. Your gifts will make room for you. So now it's just about how fast can you get it done. So there is never a point where my children saw me sitting down, watching TV, not working. I always work. I'll bring you in the kitchen and do your hair. I do, whatever it is that you can do, because if you do what you can do with a little, he will supply you with more.
Right.
He will give you the opportunities. And some of us have pride. I've ran across people that don't want to work in certain places because they feel like, they're going backwards. But you don't know if going backwards is your route.
Wow.
You don't know what your route is.
Exactly.
So if God's plan to say, I need you to step back so I can take you this way, and you don't do it and you refuse your blessing.
Girl, now there's a shout coming on. For real, wow.
It's the truth. We try to, our steps are ordered, but it's in his order. He is the strategic one. He is the one that might have a lesson for us to go back and get so that we can carry it forward. And we are so caught up in self. I'm past that. Mm-hmm. I'm beyond that. I have a degree. I have a master's degree. That was me talking now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was me, because I can't talk about something that I haven't been through. I have a master's. Why do I have to go back and do this? But you know what? It's because if you want to be obedient and get where you want to go, it starts with being humble. It starts with not having the fear. And some of us, it's not that we think that we're too good. Some of us are really scared. Mm-hmm. Sometimes we think we're too old to do something.
Girl, don't put that age thing in it.
We have all that.
And not realizing that a lot of people started when they were much older.
Yes, and are successful because
Yes.
you have learned things. Sometimes street knowledge can teach you things in the business world where okay, this doesn't make sense. So there is a reason for everything that we go through. And I tell people, don't be discouraged. If you have to go back, go ahead and go back, because you might go back to pick up something that you really needed. And if you don't need it later on, give it to somebody else.
Exactly. Girl, I tell you, I have really thoroughly enjoyed listening to you. So, of course, we got to have you to come back on. But we're going to take a break and let you come back, and you can give out any information just in case someone will love to have you to come out and speak, and how they can pick up their own T-shirt, Pretty Personality, and your book as well.
All right.
All right, beloved, we will be right back. Speaker, author, and creator of Pretty Personality, Ty A. Patterson. To acquire your own personal copy of Southern Jewel, The Elements Within, a Pretty Personality t-shirt, or have Ty come to speak at your event, call 601-720-4420. Welcome back, beloved. Now, Ty is going to give out contact information just in case some of you may be interested in obtaining your own Pretty Personality t-shirt. If you would like to order a copy of her book, Southern Jewel, The Elements Within, and if you would like for her to come out and speak, she is going to give you that contact information, and please support.
Yes, for any of your needs, if you want a Pretty Personality t-shirt, Southern Jewel, or if you want me to come and speak, I will definitely be glad to do so. You can contact me, Ty A. Patterson, at 601-720-4420. And the books are, of course, available on Amazon.com and Barnes & Nobles.
All righty. Well, Ty, I have really enjoyed myself listening to you, because a lot of things that you said, I know I have benefited from it, so I can go back and listen and say, you know what, I need to do this. Mm-hmm. And again, you talked about self-worth and everything else. And so as an individual, especially as a female, sometimes we discount ourselves and think we are not worthy of this or that. And we put a blue light special on our worth. and that's not good. So it's good to be have that esteem.
Yes.
You know, listening to someone else bringing forth the information on where we can go and develop in a healthy and a positive way.
That's right.
So it's good to, you know, sup that little tea with you today.
Thank you.
And hopefully you can come back on and continue to update us on what you are doing. And if you would like to come back and just, you know, speak the word and give that word out to someone
Yes.
who may be in need of it, which most of us are in need of what you were talking about. Girl, I didn't know you had it in you.
A lot has changed in a year.
Yeah, in a year's time, right. Because the first time, like I said, we didn't go in depth into what you were doing, but just being able to know that you are speaking, going for speaking, and you're writing another book that will be released sometime in 2016.
Yes, my next book will be entitled Jackpots.
Jackpots.
And
okay.
it is about a young woman who she says she doesn't like gambling, but when she looks back over her love life, she realized that she has almost gambled away everything she has on the inside.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And then you're going to be in a film or whatever, another play?
Yes, there's actually a film being produced right now called Soul Damage, and this is through Phoenix Rising Productions. And they're featuring some of Tyler Perry's own actors, which was Tony Grant from Love Thy Neighbor, Palmer Williams, and they were on, if you remember, Marriage Counselor, the play. They were both in that play, the father and son. So Jackson has great talent. That's why I tell people to be encouraged, because you don't know who's watching you and who will give you the chance that you need.
Exactly. Well, great. Well, you know what? I want you to come back on whenever you have the time.
Yes.
I really appreciate you coming out. Thank you so much. I
You're
really,
welcome.
truly appreciate it.
Anytime.
All right. Beloved, there you have Miss Ty A. Patterson. Beloved, thanks a trip for tuning in, and I will see you next time on The Lady Walker Show. Ta-ta.